It's the Joe Padula Show, Clarksville's conversation.
Absolutely.
Real quick, is it legal in the state of Tennessee to sell a car to a 13-year-old?
I'd say yes.
I would say no.
Red Pill Jen, you're going yes.
I'm going yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You can't drive it, but you can
right.
sell it to the
I
kid.
don't see why it should be illegal.
You're saying, Dennis, you're going, why not? Okay. What do you got, Chief?
I mean, it's a 13-year-old. They can't really make their own decisions, or at least legally speaking, they can't make their own decisions. Something like a car has a title to it. They would have to register it in their name. They don't have an identification because they're only 13.
It's a yes or no question,
School
Chief.
ID. As long as they got cash.
What do you say, Michael? Yay or nay?
Nay.
Nay. Bay?
I think you can.
He goes, you think you can?
I've just seen it happen.
Oh,
Oh, shit.
Hey, I've witnessed it.
He's got the insider info.
Well, Lawyer Wayne, LawyerWayne.com. He's a real lawyer. He's really got 9 kids. And check his website out, LawyerWayne.com. Can you, in the state of Tennessee, sell a 13-year-old a car?
It's complicated.
It's not a Facebook relationship.
I've never
stuff.
been asked anything like that before regarding children's rights to own property. So I've only done a very little bit of looking into it. But first off, you asked about a car in particular, and in certain things like land and cars have special things that go along with them. Like land, you gotta have a deed. For a car, you gotta have a title. And I imagine that's a little more complicated than say things like, obviously you can't sell a child a beer. Right.
I
know there's a law against that. You can sell a child a candy bar. And then the question becomes, does the child really own the candy bar, or does the parent somehow own it?
Ooh.
And as far as I can tell, the child owns it, but the parent can tell the child what to do with it, if that makes sense. Right? Like the child really does own the candy bar, but the parent can tell the child whether they're allowed to eat it. And I think the parent may be able to tell the child, give me the candy bar.
So they co-own the candy bar.
And it's not that they co-own it, it's just that you have to do what your parents tell you to.
Is candy bar a metaphor for a car?
So with a car, I would imagine I'm going to ask our buddy that sells cars.
Yeah.
Would he be allowed to sell one to a minor?
Especially if he's paying with cash.
I think you couldn't at a dealership, but that if because when you
Dealership,
ask that
it's
question, I'm thinking private sale.
Yeah, private sale. My guess is you can sell a 13-year-old car.
But a dealership, I'm thinking not, because your credit.
Drive it, right? Obviously, but nothing says you can't own it. I suppose.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a look at this story.
Oh, what if it's What if it's someone using their kids' social security information to buy the car?
Well, when there's a mugshot involved, that's usually not a good thing, right?
She looks like somebody that would do that.
That's my mom.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
Is it?
She used her kids' info.
100%.
So check out this story. This one gets a little crazy too.
She looks a little crazy.
This woman, she faces a felony charge after detectives said that she sold her car to a 13-year-old.
Okay.
He looked 18.
Who later crashed in South Nashville, killing a 71-year-old man.
Oh, I heard about this story.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought he died of COVID.
Like, what the F? So Katrina, she's 37, also a hurricane of a woman. Sorry.
Yeah.
She was booked into the Metro jail. Is someone going to say, oh, how can you be so...
Yeah.
Right.
Hashtag too soon.
Yeah, right. So she was booked into jail last night on charges of vehicular homicide.
Dang.
Because I'm guessing the car was legally still in her name. Is that what the deal was?
By recklessness and contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Oh.
So Metro Police said that the 13-year-old boy, was fleeing from a hit-and-run crash on the morning of March 5th. All right? And slammed the Dodge Dart.
Those are still around?
Man, I ain't seen one of those since the mid-90s.
I thought it was a Chevette.
I can't believe you got...
Oh, Pinto.
He was driving, okay? Oh. And he was driving into a Dodge Challenger in the parking lot of O'Reilly Auto Parts in Nashville.
So where are the parents? Why the hell is there a 13-year-old behind the wheel of a car anyway?
Check this out. So the 71-year-old, he was inside the Dodge Challenger. He's in the muscle car, the cool kid car. Died from the injuries, according to the investigators. Yeah.
What was the kid? What was the kid driving again?
Is there any like security?
Dodge Dart.
Dodge Dart.
Is there any
Was that
security
so? You were
footage?
being serious
Yes.
about it being a Dodge Dart?
That
well,
that
yeah.
was not a joke.
That thing's a brick shit house.
Is there any security footage from outside the O'Reillys of what happened?
I don't know if they're. I don't have it. They won't release the kid's name because of Lawyer Wayne,
Not supposed to do that.
his age.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's been charged in juvenile court with vehicular homicide by recklessness. Okay, I get that,
Yeah.
but I want to know why there's a mugshot of this lady.
How do you
Yeah, why is
charge
she
the lady
charged?
for it?
Because it was her car, and she's
Well, just no, it wasn't. She sold it to the 13-year-old. Didn't you hear the first part of the story?
The arrest
Gosh,
warrant
Bay.
alleges that she had given her car keys to the 13-year-old boy in exchange for.
drugs.
You're saying drugs.
Yep.
Lawyer Wayne,
$1,500.
$1,500.
Mic drop.
Yeah, but
Boom. Please don't. This is an expensive one. But okay, Red Pill Jen, what do you say?
Cinnamon Toast Crunch
For Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
with shrimp.
I need a. There we go. We'll do that one. All right, Dennis.
Sexual favors.
Dang, he took it.
Oh.
That's what I was going to
Damn,
say.
I was going to say that.
Yeah.
Y'all are pervs, man.
What?
Well.
You have teachers that
figured-
sleep
It's
with their middle
13.
schoolers.
They
Yeah,
should
you have
be charged with something else. if
Pretty
that were true.
wild.
Babe, what did you say?
Drugs.
Drugs?
Yeah.
She looked like a druggie.
It's called,
Oh, she looks
I
pissed.
don't know these
Yeah, she
folks.
looks mad that they
pissed
took
off.
her meth away before she got to
She
use
looks
it.
like she's about to beat you with her
Talking
shoe.
about people
Did
you
do
don't
her
even
hair
know.
first?
I think she's hot.
Are you sure she's 37? She look like she's in her 50s.
For real, I was just fixing to say.
I'd give her my Dodge Dart.
Jeez.
Sorry.
That'd be quite the Challenger.
I'll give her my Plymouth Voyager.
I'd dodge that one for sure.
Oh God. I'll give her a Dodge Ram.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right.
Over a bowl of grape nuts.
So, nonetheless, it was for $80. The kid gave her $80.
What?
Well, Lawyer Wayne, you overshot that
And
one.
for a operational Dodge Dart, that's a cheap price.
But despite knowing his age,
Yeah, I was going to say,
says the lady.
yeah. If she knew how old he was.
The
I
child
don't know if they could put together a reckless homicide case for that, though.
The child told detectives that he had purchased the Dodge Dart from her, who later admitted to the sale. And according to the police report, which states that they arrested her, who does not have a residence, when officers responded to the home under renovation that she was staying at. Yeah, after receiving reports of people living inside without permission. What do they call it? Squatting?
Squatters, yeah.
Squatters? Do they think they have squatty potties in the squatting home? Have you ever seen the squatty potties?
Squatty potty.
It's like the little steps that you put on your toilet to lift your legs up. So you're pooping like this.
Oh my god.
It's supposed to let it flow easier.
Yeah, it
Oh my god.
never mind.
All right.
Thank you.
I'm just trying to put this together because, if she sold the kid a gun,
Yeah. Like
13-year-olds are allowed to shoot guns, right?
I guess so. Right.
Can you reasonably foresee that a 13-year-old might wreck a car and kill somebody? Yeah. Is it reckless homicide?
Yeah, I know.
No, it's
The act of selling a
vehicular.
car. No,
No,
they're
vehicular I'm reading
they
it.
charged her. I know they're charging her. She
With
went the one driving her.
vehicular homicide.
Yeah, for being responsible for the boy. That's a tough case. I
Now-
can,
Yeah.
Cops, they go to this house that she's staying in, where she's squatty pottying in, and
Was she wearing a nose mask?
she answered the door and told officers that she was helping a friend paint the house. Well, the cop, he goes like, okay, how'd they know that it was a squatting house?
they had
What's the?
They were painting with
I-
feces.
I
don't
imagine
know.
no.
Could the cop just walk in and make an arrest? Is there not a warrant? Is there?
Oh, I had that case once. They searched a house to find some drugs.
Yeah.
It was a squatter,
Uh-huh.
and it's like, well, he can't give. You didn't get the owner's permission to search the house.
Right.
It was a complicated case.
I think this is
That would
getting
be an
all thrown
interesting
out.
one.
Well, the reckless contributing to the delinquency of a minor, sure.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be selling your car to a 13-year-old and letting him drive off in it.
But is there a law
But-
on the books that says you can't do that?
I would think that a kid might be able to own a car, but letting the kid, I think it's the drive in the car, right? It sounds like she gave the keys to the kid and said, "Here you go." Not that
Would it make a difference if the keys were on the counter? She gets the $80. The kid goes over to the counter, grabs the keys, and takes the car.
Well, yeah. If the kid owns the car, he owns the keys to the car.
Look, if this were like, hey, the kid's been mowing yards all summer. He's there with his dad. The dad's like, yeah, this kid's going to buy a car from you. Good job, boy. And you got to wait till you're 16 to drive it, of course. We're going to keep it in the garage for you.
Right.
Okay, fine. All right, I got that. That's where I was going with my thoughts on it. But, if she's actually letting him drive off, whether she sold the car to him or not, the point is you don't let a 13-year-old drive.
Yeah, I think that's
But it's
fair.
a homicide.
I agree with you as far as contributing to the delinquency,
Yeah.
yes, but as far as homicide, nah.
That's
I don't
crazy.
think they'll stick
Ask
with
yourself
it.
this: where did he get that $80 from?
Allowance?
For mowing lawns.
Yeah.
Drugs.
Mowing lawns.
Lunch money?
What type of neighborhood?
He'd been saving up to get him a car.
Nolensville, Pike, Nashville. Interesting area.
People.
Ashley, we're about to sign off because the bye-bye music is playing, but Ashley would like to know, Lawyer Wayne, can a 13-year-old get a hardship license to drive? And if not, what would be the age? She knows it's a thing.
I don't know what the lowest age that you can get a hardship license
What
for
is
off
that?
the top of my head, but Tennessee has a really good website with driver's questions and stuff.
Okay.
Pretty easy to look stuff like that.
What's a hardship license?
To go in and get a special permission to say, hey, I'm a 15-year-old that needs to drive to work. Judge, will you let me drive special?
15.
Things
Really?
Like, things like that. You can get it. You can get like kids. It used to be you could get married at a particular young age if you got a judge's permission.
You can at 14 in Kentucky.
At 13, huh?
And so driving a car, if you can get married at that
No, I think
why not?
Hardship license.
So
I
I
think-
guess, Ashley, the answer is Lawyer Wayne
It's-
is not sure. Go
it's
look
15.
it up.
It's 15 here. My friend
You think
had
it's
one of
15?
those.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
they're saying 15.
They
then.
think's 15.
Because my friend had a farming license, something like that,
Yeah.
growing up.
Well, I know if you're a kid, you can drive farm equipment on a main road, and there's no minimum age.
The
for
only
that.
hardship on me when I was 13 was,
gosh.
Oh boy.
underwear with boats on it.
Well, if you'd stop wetting the bed.
Get it? Underwear with boats.
You're
Lawyer
so,
Wayne, nice
you're so
job
full
today.
of ship, Joe.
Nice job
Thanks,
today.
Joe.
It's the Joe Padula Show. Bada bing. Clarksville's conversation.